Good morning and welcome to the Morning Spotlight podcast. I'm your host, Mike Ham, coming to you as always from the Spotlight Studios in Morristown, New Jersey. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're not talking about a real estate topic. We're talking about a company. We're doing our first spotlight of a company on the Morning Spotlight podcast. And we're talking about Dauphin. Well, hopefully I said that right. I'm sure I did because I've been practicing.
Yes, we did.
And we got two members of the Metro team, which sounds so cool. I kind of want to be a part of the Metro team. Two account managers, Jaclyn Pullo and Veronica Stampfl. Jaclyn and Veronica, welcome.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Absolutely. So I think it would be good to maybe start out and we'll get to know each of you a little bit and then we'll kind of tackle like what Dauphin is and what the company does. So Veronica, why don't we start with you?
Well, I think Jaclyn would be a good person to start with this, right?
Okay.
Sure.
Jaclyn.
I can kick things off.
Kick it off. Let's go.
Yeah. So again, Mike, thank you for having us. We are actually meeting with you virtually from our Boonton, New Jersey factory and showroom. So we'll get to that a little later. But as you said, yes, I'm Jaclyn Pullo. I'm an account manager with Dauphin. I've been with the company 3.5 years now. I am based on in our New York location out of our New York City showroom. I cover Fairfield County down into New York and the boroughs. And I am a proud member of our Metro team, which kind of encompasses a group of salespeople from New York City, Southern Connecticut into New Jersey.
Awesome. Veronica, you want to take it away now?
Yeah. So my name is Veronica Stampfl. And I am part of the New Jersey, my territory is New Jersey, part of the Metro team. And just a brief background of Dauphin. So we are a New Jersey-based company. Our factory and our main office is located in Boonton, New Jersey. And Dauphin as a company has been around for about 52 years with our mothership all the way in Germany. But here in New Jersey, our presence here in the United States we've been here for about 42 years. That's right? Or like about 42 years. And so we're right here again in our showroom. We do all of our manufacturing right here. Behind me is our showroom. And then just at the back of this showroom is our factory where we where we manufacture all our furniture for distribution throughout the United States, Canada, and Latin America.
Awesome.
So we have a very good presence here in the U.S.
How long have you been with Dauphin?
I've been with Dauphin for about 2 years, a little over 2 years actually.
Okay. All right. So I've been with Fidelity for a little over 3 years. So like we're all kind of in the same boat with the amount of experience that we have at our current companies. But that's cool. Very interesting. So maybe we could talk about, and either of you can take this one, the types of products that Dauphin offers. So like what it is that you guys are actually selling to your clients. Who wants to take that one?
So, well, like I said, Dauphin has been around for a long time, and we actually started as a manufacturer of cast chairs. And then, of course, as the company grew, our portfolio grew as well. And we expanded to manufacturing ancillary furniture, which we call ourselves now ancillary specialists. Along with that, we also have room-in-room solutions and acoustic pod solutions. Like what you see here in the back. We have our Bossy acoustic room-in-room here. And we have the Bossy dialogue pod here. You can see Jackie here in the back. See?
Yes.
We're here. Both of us are here in the showroom, and we're good. We're socially distant.
I can confirm that.
She's there in the back.
Yeah, so I will say real quickly, the beautiful thing about the acoustic solutions that we offer are I'm actually in my own pod. I'm in a 2-person pod. I don't hear anything that's happening out there. I kind of have my own little space. So we're kind of socially distanced yet incredibly together, giving this interview together.
Right.
Which allows us to have, dual function in the same space.
Awesome.
And along with that too, we also provide fixed seating. We also have fixed seating. And I think a lot of people don't know that. And, but but because they think about Dauphin as, task chairs, ancillary, and now room and room. But we've been around and providing fixed seating solutions as well. So that's one of the big things that we can offer our clients.
Cool. So who are your clients? Like what kind of people do you guys actually work with?
Yeah, so we go from education to healthcare to finance to corporate. And really in those avenues, we really focus on providing solutions for our clients. So working with in-house designers, working with design firms that cater to those market segments. And then we also have our own in-house designers as well that could work with the space, design a space, and make it functional for the user. So from, as Veronica said, ancillary to, single task seating to stacking solutions, to actual like room and room solutions. If, taking a space that's loud and noisy and actually creating privacy within that space. And the great thing about our room and room solutions is they're demountable. So you can break them down if after a year or two, the whole floor plan changes. So, like I said, kind of bringing it back to, being user friendly is really kind of our sweet spot. But working within, really, you can place a Dauphin chair in any setting, and we fit very nicely.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Yeah. So I want to talk about, because obviously in a lot of different industries, and I know different people that work for different furniture companies at different types of parts of the real estate industry, everybody's faced challenges, right? Definitely not just real estate industry. Literally everyone has faced some type of challenge at some point over the last 8 months, however long this has gone on, because my brain's fried and I don't even know what day it is. So what are some ways that you guys at Dauphin have been overcoming those challenges that COVID has presented? We can start with Veronica, Jaclyn, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. The COVID has really presented a lot of challenges, and, everybody was caught off guard, and everything was happening really fast, especially at that time. And a lot of people, everybody was scrambling and all that. But, Dauphin is very fortunate because we are deemed as an essential business. And so, we were able to remain open. And during that, especially during that time and the time that followed, it became very apparent to us what the needs that are being presented, or what is being brought about by the situation. And some of those are, there was now a need for bleach cleanable solutions, especially for healthcare, especially during that time. All of a sudden people are working from home, so they need work from home solutions. They need their home office and all of that. So we were there to provide all those solutions for anybody who needed it. In fact, during that time, I got one of my clients called me and just really saying, Veronica, do you have these chairs? We need it, or a hospital needs it for their pop-up ICU. And you know what? They need it in 2 days. Can you deliver? And of course, hey, I had to check, but working for a great company like Dauphin, if it's a need and they know what the situation is, they will do their best. We will do our best to be able to deliver. So they ordered tables and chairs from us, and we were able to deliver them in 2 days. Usually our lead time is like 5 weeks, which is not bad, right. But again, it's a quick turnaround. And our factory workers here worked overtime, and it was just to get it delivered. And also with that, and this is, can I say the hospital? It's right there in Holy Name Hospital, and that's where I think that's ground zero. For a lot of the COVID patients were being rushed there at that time. So it went there, and and that's another reason. That's another advantage of being local. Our manufacturing facility is local here in New Jersey. So they need it, they call us, we make it here, and we can deliver really quick and easy. So aside from doing all that, the tables and chairs and providing those solutions, we also tasked our upholstery team to make masks. And during that time, especially in the onset when there was a shortage of masks, and of course that time almost everything like kind of slowed down. So we had the resources to be able to produce masks for those in need, and we donated them. So, you know, any people, we would get calls, or we would ask anybody who would help, who asked people if they needed masks, and we would deliver it to them. Yeah. You have anything to add, Jackie?
I do actually. So speaking of kind of those slow periods, you know, I felt like we all kind of felt like April just glacially moved. And at that time, you know, as a company, we really came together virtually. So as all of us were working from home, you know, all the salespeople were working from home. Our factory was still open, and, you know, we had like still a team coming in here. And the nice thing was we all came together virtually on biweekly calls. And a lot of that brought out different trainings where we kind of recreated some of our messaging, our branding, marketing, and we took the time to kind of review, team build. And that was something that the Metro team really did well, was we kind of paired off and worked together on how do we stay busy during this time? How do we interface with our clients? How do we network? And we used that opportunity to slow things down, because prior to COVID, we were go every single day in New York, in New Jersey, presentations, lunch and learns. It kind of wasn't slowing down. It was a wonderful thing. And suddenly the world slowed down, and we really took advantage of it. We took advantage of that time to get on the same page together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like, so I'm in sales at Fidelity National Title Group, which most of the listeners know, but you know, you guys probably know too. And like at the beginning of all of this, it was really like, you know, there weren't any real estate transactions happening, or if they were, it was like a super slow process. Some weren't closing. A lot of stuff wasn't opening as fast as it was. And it was the same kind of thing. Like before this, all I did was like, I was out, like meeting people, going to lunches, going to events, trying to drum up business, because that's my job. And then as soon as this started, it was like everything just slowed down. So then I had to at least try to force myself to slow down a little bit, but obviously I didn't, and I started doing other things. But you really recognize that it became more about like the actual people, right, that you're working with, rather than like trying to make money constantly. So I think that was a great point, like trying to connect with people and like really just get to know them, because everybody was, like we said before, everybody was struggling, whether it was having their kids home all the time. Like I live alone, so that was like a little bit different, because then I'm alone all the time, you know. So it was like, just like everybody was dealing with their own type of stuff, and it was just good to kind of see people, like different people, take some leadership roles and like give people an outlet to actually like, you know, grow together and be together and help everybody through. Especially like you said, like April was like maybe the longest month of all time.
The longest month. I found myself calling people on the phone and actually taking the opportunity to call someone and say, hi, how are you? What's up? What are you doing? Are you going for walks? Are you cooking? Are your kids home with you? What is that like? And it was so refreshing when you would get someone on the phone, and before, I don't know if I could keep someone on the phone for 45 minutes and just, you know, catch up and just shoot the breeze and talk about nothing particular. And it was a really nice opportunity to hone in on those relationships. And I feel like it's starting to pay back now that things are opening up more and opportunities are coming up, that you're kind of in the forefront of some of these key people on projects and opportunities, because they'll remember that you called them back in April and talked about a crockpot recipe.
Right. Exactly.
And you had a conversation with them about what you watched on Netflix. And it seems so simple, but at the heart of all of this, it's just a bunch of people. I mean, we're just all people, and we're trying to get our job done, and we're trying to check things off our list and do well in our companies and in our lanes. And, you know, when it comes down to it, it's people doing, you know, people do business with people. Right. And if they like you, they're going to want to keep you around to do business with.
Absolutely.
And and like the situation really presents, the way it presented itself and all that, it makes us appreciate a lot more things now, you know, things that we have taken for granted for a long time. And even just like what you said, those phone calls, I mean, of course, before it's probably really hard to catch people, to take a phone call. But now, they're very appreciative of your phone call, or even people calling you. And and on a personal note, actually, especially during that time, like my friends, I have like friends from the Philippines that I haven't, talked in a long time with my high school friends. And we took this time to like do a regular weekly call, like a Zoom call, because it's easy. You're in Zoom, right? Oh my gosh. It's like 6-8 months running already. And this is the most I've spoken to them in a long time. So, right. I mean, I haven't talked to them in like years. And all of a sudden, because of this happened, it's really people coming together. It's great.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's build on this a little bit more, because I like where this is going. So let's talk networking, because I'm going to see if you guys talk about it, but I'm not going to bring it up right away, because I do think I heard on, I run a virtual happy hour every Tuesday evening, or every other Tuesday evening now. And somebody was talking about it, but I'm pretty sure it was Dauphin. But I want to, like, you guys talk about the types of networking stuff that you're doing right now. And if you don't touch on it, I'll bring it up and just see if that was actually you guys, because I don't want to misspeak. So,
well, I'm going to kick this over to Veronica, because it might have been Veronica was behind our virtual trivia, which was also our happy hour where we were bringing everyone together. So why don't you elaborate? Yeah. That might have been what you heard about.
Not what I heard about, but I like this. So let's talk.
Oh, all right. All right.
All righty. So networking. All right. So we're trying to be very creative as far as how do we put ourselves in front of our clients, especially now. And you've been hearing like people being zoomed out and all of these things that, they can't handle another Zoom thing. And we're like, okay, but what are we going to do? And Zoom is our only outlet, right? So yes, we came up with the virtual trivia, which was, I think that was the first thing we did. And Jaclyn, myself, and one of our teammates, Adam, we all co-hosted this trivia, and we invited, our clients to participate, which was really fun. And that was pretty successful. And, the winners, we gave out gift cards and all that. And then after that, we had a Cinco de Mayo cooking class.
Ooh,
Is that the one that you heard?
No. You guys haven't even gotten to. This was a recent thing, I think. So you guys are.
Oh, we're gonna get there. We recently did something, so we're getting there.
I think the recent thing is what I'm talking about. So.
All right, we're gonna chisel away.
We'll work our way through.
Yes, we're chiseling it down.
So so the next one was we did a Cinco de Mayo cooking class. So again, like people were when we were thinking about this, or they're still again worried, zoomed out. But like, hey, we need a distraction from the 9 to 5. It's all meetings, but then Zoom can be fun. So let's bring the fun in Zoom, kind of thing. So we thought about like, what can we do different? So Cinco de Mayo is coming up. So what about a Cinco de Mayo cooking class? So we did that. So what we cooked up some. What did we cook that time? There was a fajita rice bowl, and so we had a lot of people participate, and they can cook along. There you go. They cooked along. So we gave out the recipe ahead of time. We also had a signature cocktail, the recipes there, and then so when it was time to log in and all that, they're all ready. Okay, ready to cook. And so we had a guest chef, who cooked. And then they followed along, and they took photos of their finished dishes. They posted it on Instagram, and Jaclyn is in charge of that Instagram. She's there monitoring, and we had contests, raffles, and giveaways. It was so much fun, and people were very happy. Everyone who participated was very happy and enjoyed some really good food and cocktails.
Yeah, that's key.
And so
that's the only thing that's got me through the last 7 months of the cocktails.
And it was a good cocktail. Right? It was a hibiscus margarita. It was excellent. It was absolutely excellent. So getting back to the social media aspect, it kind of took on a life of its own. We had told everyone at the beginning of the cooking class, tag us, use these hashtags, have fun with it, dive into it. The response that we got, not only images, but videos of people gathering, sitting in our chairs in their showrooms around the country, having cocktails at their homes, at their grill, wearing fun aprons, having their kids cut up the onions and the peppers and the chicken. It was a lot of fun. It was great to, and again, this was May 5th. So it was really still kind of in that weird COVID area where we weren't really going out yet. We weren't even doing anything socially distant just yet.
Right.
And it was a nice glimpse into that after hours, as Veronica said, the Zoom, that's fun. It was that fun Zoom to kind of connect with everyone and kind of break down those barriers of, the distant stuff being so far away.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think like the Zoom thing now is people are zoomed out now. I think like then, like, 'cause I would go on a Remo or a Zoom or whatever, like every day, at least one every single day, Monday through Friday. That was like March, April. Cause like I was doing my own on Tuesdays every week. Like we went 13 straight Tuesdays, like running my virtual happy hour, which is like impressive, but also depressing at the exact same time because we were also stuck at home for that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, I mean, there was definitely some really cool stuff that I did, like different foundations that I'm a part of, different companies doing stuff like that. I mean, I thought that stuff was just like a really creative way to give people a chance to, to have like, it's not normal, but like some semblance of some type of normal,
Exactly. And that's just it, it kind of forces you to be creative.
Yeah.
Because you have, this is, especially us, I mean, we're in sales and all that. And how are we going to connect with our clients? How are we going to get them engaged? And actually, I mean, that's great because, the mental gymnastics that you have to go through.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
To come up with all these things. So, yeah, those are a couple. And actually, I'm going to plug a little bit. I don't know. When are you going to, this is, so we're going to have another cooking class, actually, a Thanksgiving theme cooking class this November. So, yeah, so right before Thanksgiving. So it's going to be Thanksgiving inspired, just to give the audience some inspiration on
right. So
what to serve.
This may be perfect timing because this is going to post November 10th. So is that good enough?
Yeah, that's right.
That's perfect.
Yep.
That is
perfect.
Like, I mean, I could not have worked out any better.
Good timing.
I'm so good at this.
Yes, you are.
So the good thing about it is it'll be a virtual sign up. So you can go right on our website, dauphin.com, or if you guys aren't following us, it's at Dauphin Americas for Instagram. And we'll be plugging away, on the days leading up to the Thanksgiving inspired virtual cooking class. And it'll be themey, it'll be fun. And and we have a special guest chef, very, very close to the Dauphin family. Well, kind of technically adjacent to the Dauphin family. So it'll be very fun to dive into that. We like our themes over here at Dauphin.
I could tell.
Enjoy it. It's so funny that prior to COVID happening back in February, we had a Valentine's cupcake event in New York City in our showroom. It was kind of like the last fun in-person event that we had with humans that were actually closer than 12 feet.
Right.
And that leads to, we recently hosted an IIDA event in our parking lot here in Boonton, New Jersey, and it was our first socially distant event since kind of opening back up, where it's okay to get together as a half mass, so you could only see everyone's eyes, you could see if they were happy. But it was very successful. We had a lot of vendors. We had an ice cream truck, and everyone adhered to the rules. The consensus was, we just want to see people. We want to talk to people, and it not be through Zoom, not be on the phone, not be through FaceTime. And it was done in a very safe way. Everyone had a really great time. And anyone that didn't want to wear their mask, we had Dauphin masks that we were handing out, which is a giveaway that I never thought that we would ever create.
Yeah. Right. Who would have ever thought we were going to need those?
I didn't think that would ever be a giveaway. I thought it would be, a recycled water bottle or pens or notebooks or something like that. Right. But masks, that's it. And we're making them here in our factory, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Awesome. So the one that I was talking about was Dauphin, the one that had the networking event where you had the bracelets and it was like the green bracelet, the red bracelet, and the
That's the
blue
IIDA.
bracelet.
That's the
That was
IIDA.
the
That's what that
IIDA.
was.
Yeah.
So talk
Yes.
about
Yes.
the bracelets. 'Cause I thought that was such like a really good
Oh, yes.
idea.
The
Yes.
bracelets are really cool.
Yes.
Veronica, was that a brainchild of Matthew?
I'm
Or
not
was that
sure if it was
IIDA?
a brainchild. I'm not sure. Yes, I'm not
Okay.
sure, but yes, I do agree. It was a great idea, because when I first heard of it, and I was like, this is fantastic, because that's how you can tell like people's comfort level without having to say it.
It was
And
red.
even though
Yeah, so I was
red is
just
stay
gonna
away.
clarify. Yeah, red was like, I'm here, but don't even come near me.
Don't
I just
you
want to
come near
see
me.
humans, and I
Yeah.
want to leave. And yellow was cool,
Amid,
but keep your
but
distance.
keep it distant.
But I'm
Yeah.
cool. We can talk. You
Yeah.
can. And green was, hey, I have a mask. You have a mask. Let's put a little distance, but I'm ready to network. And there was a few people that wanted a fourth color, because they wanted to be like, I want COVID to be over. I'm ready to get back to normal. And I'm like, we don't have a fourth bracelet.
Yeah. So keep green on and keep your
green on
keep your
and just
mask
tell
on.
green
people,
on.
keep your mask on. But yes, the bracelets were a huge hit, and it was fun to kind of look at what was left over at the end of the event and see, and there was a ton of red. People were more majority yellow and green. They were here to network, they were here to mingle, they were here to talk, and just the overall vibe was great. It was outside, it was the perfect night in terms of weather. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cool. It really checked off a lot of boxes, and it was a nice way to get excited about our new normal and just making the best of this really weird way that we're going about business right now.
Yeah. No, I thought that was a great thing, because I mean, I've been to a couple in-person networking things, and nobody's done like a bracelet thing. So some people have hosted them where they're like just automatically you're social distancing, and like somehow you're able to talk to people. And there's other ones, like I was at one, I'm not gonna say how long ago, but it was recent, and it was like nobody cared, and it was indoors, and it was no masks, and I was like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like show up and then like you're just gonna like walk out? I mean, I guess, but then I don't know. It's like that awkwardness, that social awkwardness, I guess. So I thought that was, when I heard about that, I was like, oh, like that's such an easy way to like, make sure that people are okay with it without just like, blatantly forcing them to, be okay. You know what I mean? If they're not feeling ready for that.
I agree. I also think
And
what
even
helped. Oh, sorry, Veronica. You can keep going.
No worries. So I was just going to say that, we've been doing this for months already, and not just a few months, for many months already, that I would think that the conversation, it should be an open conversation already, that and it should be everything's okay. Like, I'm not comfortable. Okay. Or I'm comfortable. Okay. But I'm not. That's open communication.
Right.
And
just some respect.
We should be. Yes. And I think we should be probably be in that stage already without taking offense in anything, because it's really all about everybody's comfort level, and just like what you said, respect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have something for Jaclyn?
Yeah, no, I was also just going to say the other nice thing was the instant feedback of safety. Thank you for having this. I felt safe. I was comfortable coming out. Everyone had on their masks. I think it's a nice way to get started and get our feet wet with the in-person networking, when we can kick it off in a larger way, partnering with such a large group as IIDA and having it here, and just allowing people to just see as a company that we're here to be respectful. We're not trying to push an agenda. We're not trying to make anyone uncomfortable. We want to get back to networking and having people for networking lunches and taking people out for cocktails, but baby steps. But it was nice to just get the immediate response. And we were immediately told while people were at the event, how much they enjoyed being out and about.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So let's look ahead a little bit. So from your guys' perspective, what does the future look like from a Dauphin perspective, from your perspective? It could be the way the industry is going to go, whatever you guys want to talk about. So, Veronica, we can start with you on that one. Just talk about like what you see the future holding for us for this.
Well, so, right now, a lot of people are still working from home, and, for the next few months or months from now. And the office is, the office is there, and some, it's open, but it's not going to be probably the way that they used to use it, So Dauphin has an in-house design services that we can utilize, and even our clients can take advantage of. We offer these services to our clients so that they can to help them with their furniture solutions, especially at this time. And we do have products in our portfolio that can cater to these, especially for open spaces, because now that since we're veering away from we're veering away from cubicles or more to open collaborative, because since a lot of people are working from home. And so we do have solutions like this, and our design services can help our clients with providing them the solutions or the designs that they need for their spaces. So that's what, and also we're coming up with new designs also to cater to all the requirements for COVID, for the employees to be safe and all that. So we have furniture that has walls or some screens. They're movable, and all of that. Jaclyn, can you add to that?
So definitely, I'll kind of elaborate. So within our ancillary family, we have solutions that kind of allow you to have kind of a COVID-19 type design element without it being strictly for this time in our history. We really haven't, we're not creating stuff where in 6 months or a year, you're going to have to take the furniture out because it's so specific and it feels very healthcare or it feels very cold. But within our family, our Junction family, our Reefs, Atelier, and Highline, those are a lot of our, design specific lounge pieces. We have different elements where you can add on, like a plastic acrylic screen to make separation. We have the ability to flip over a seat cushion and make that a tabletop. So for the next 6 months to 12 months, if your office is operating at 25% or 50%, you can add in these elements. But if we suddenly start moving away from a lot of these restrictions and we start going forward, you don't have to take out that entire unit. You can leave that gorgeous Junction unit in your, open reception area or in your breakout space and just take out those 2 or 3 elements, returning that sofa, returning that L shape or that wedge design back to its original scope, which is just, again, another reminder, as a nimble company, we are easy to work with, and our design services are really thinking outside of the box when it comes to some of this more multi-use product that's, multi-use furniture that's in your space.
Right.
And then to add to that, actually, speaking of being nimble, a nimble company, we like to call ourselves that, with the design services as well, and being, we can also customize some of those products that Jaclyn has mentioned. So if a client is looking for a specific solution or a shape to put in their space, they can just reach out to us and just say, hey, Jaclyn, can your company do this and all that, and we'll take a look. And sometimes we can, and they'll be like, and even better sometimes.
Yeah, right.
We can do that. Yep. And also one of the other solutions that we have also moving forward is the room and room solutions and the acoustic pods, the one we've been talking about, because these solutions are really great for privacy, for acoustic. You just drop them in an open space, and they're plug and play. So it has lights, it has ventilation already. You plug it in your regular outlet, and it's powered on, and you can use it. And what's great about it is that once, if the company is moving, let's say the lease is done, they can take this with them. So, it's a great investment. It's not just a one-time, it's still considered furniture. and you can put it up in a day or two, and then take it down, take it with you for to your next office. So those are the solutions we're pushing through, moving forward.
Awesome.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, so we are going to move this, into our closing segment, which is called Under the Spotlight. So we do these for every episode. Sometimes we get predictions, sometimes we get, a motivational point, whatever it is. So basically people have listened to us talk for, I don't know, about 40 minutes. Let's just say 40 minutes, almost 40 minutes. And they've listened to everything there is to know about Dauphin from Jaclyn and Veronica. So what is one thing that you want them to walk away from this episode knowing? So Veronica, we're going to put you on the spot. We're going to put you under the spot.
Oh, no, Jaclyn first.
All right, Jaclyn first.
You can put me under the spotlight.
All right. Jaclyn first, you're under the spotlight. What do you got for us?
I think the biggest takeaway is our location. Being located in Boonton, New Jersey, we're part of the tri-state area, but this particular factory and this showroom, we cater an entire continent. And out of this local spot off of 287 in northern New Jersey, we can really tackle a project from healthcare to education to finance, corporate, and kind of all the little things in between. And what you're getting is a personalized experience with working with one of our in-house sales reps or one of our independent reps that are around the country. You're getting like that catered feeling working with, a smaller company, a nimble company that we can really focus on those relationships. And that's really us. I believe in a nutshell from,
Awesome.
From the mountains of northern New Jersey. That's really what I like to take away from it.
Right. All right, Veronica, you have to go now. So your turn. You're under the spotlight. What do you have?
Well, I have to say is that, Dauphin as a company and, as a culture, our culture here, we always think about our clients and the client experience. And this is our motivation. This is the basis of how we do things. And we want to be always easy. We want to be easy to work with. So we do things and we create systems so that the clients, will have a really nice experience and have it easy. And so that's always what we go by, and in everything that we do. And we want to offer this service always with a smile and with fun. And we want to make sure that we take care of you, our clients.
Awesome. Great. So that was great. So that's going to wrap up our show. So for everybody listening, I am going to put Veronica and Jaclyn's contact information in the show notes. I will also put the Instagram handle, which I just followed from the Morning Spotlight Instagram account.
That.
So make sure you get on that, follow them to see all the cool pictures. I've just looked a couple times and good stuff. So contact information, Instagram account, website, the whole thing will be in the show notes. Make sure you reach out to them if you have any questions. If you want to be a guest or want to hear us talk about a specific topic on the Morning Spotlight, make sure you email us at themorningspotlight@gmail.com or go to our website, themorningspotlight.com, and fill out the form, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Jaclyn, Veronica, thank you so much for doing this with us today. It was great.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And everybody else.
It was fun.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of fun. And everybody else, thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.